Good morning, scholars. Today's little known Black history fact is about Victor Hugo Green. Mr. Green was a travel writer from Harlem, New York, that is best known for developing and writing what is known as the Green Book, or a travel guide for African Americans in the United States. During the time that the book was published, choices of lodging, restaurants, and even gas stations were limited for Black people in many places, both in the South and outside of it. The Negro Traveler's Green Book, as it was called, was published from 1936 to 1966. As African Americans began to own automobiles and participate in developing the American car culture, they were restricted by racial segregation in the United States. State laws in the South required separate facilities for African Americans, and motels and restaurants in northern states also excluded them. For the Black travelers, whether on business or pleasure, there was always trouble finding suitable accommodations in hotels and guest houses where they would be welcome. In 1936, Mr. Green thought of doing something about this. He thought of listing a comprehensive list of first-class hotels and accommodations throughout the United States that catered towards Black people. He collected information on hotels, restaurants, gas stations that served African Americans for his first edition of the Negro Motorist Green Book. Since some towns did not have any hotels or motels that would accept Black people, he listed tourist homes where owners would rent rooms to travelers. Mr. Green reviewed hotels and restaurants that did business with African Americans during the time of Jim Crow laws and racial segregation in the United States. He printed over 15,000 copies each year, and his readership surpassed more than 2 million people. While not talked about often, Mr. Green was a pioneer in the Black community specifically for traveling. To learn more about Mr. Green and all of his work, you can read the newly published book, Overground Railroad, The Green Book and the Roots of Black Travel in America by Candace A. Taylor. Thank you, and we hope you learned something today.